Today I fucked up thinking that a UV light was a normal night lamp. 5 days ago I traveled to Sanya, basically the Miami of China, to spend the winter and Chinese New Year there with my family. My grandma prepared my bedroom for me, and as soon as I entered the room I noticed this weird-looking lamp without a shade that had a blue, purple-ish color to it. I didn't question it much other than thinking that my grandma probably had a unique taste in home decors. I then proceeded to spend the rest of the week with this weird lamp for a few hours every night while I scrolled on Reels and TikTok before I went to sleep. Now you must wonder, how did my dumbass not notice that I was being exposed to basically the full power of the sun without the ozone on a cloudless afternoon while butt naked for hours? Here's the thing. Sanya has a tropical monsoon climate where the sun is literally a deadly laser, and I have been drinking a bunch of 80-proof baijiu every day as soon as I've arrived because of the holidays. I felt the sunburn sensation on my skin immediately on day 2 and started peeling on day 3, especially on my face. Everyone around me just assumed I was a thin-skinned baby face because all the UNCS I had met were totally fine playing golf or hanging around outside all day without sunscreen. I accepted the humiliation, and honestly, based on my previous experience swimming in Egypt on a cloudy day and literally shedding my entire skin like a snake afterwards, I thought it was a me problem too. In the morning of day 4, after an extra intense night of alcohol overconsumption, I woke up literally unable to keep my eyes open for more than 5 seconds. I asked Google if this was a common hangover symptom and MF said yes. I then proceeded to purchase some artificial tears to help my eyes feel better. On top of the dryness, I wasn't even able to focus my eyes all day and my vision got noticeably worse. My face was peeling too. Still, I thought I was just hungover and was suffering the consequences of being a low melanin beta. Finally, tonight, my grandma switched my lamp for a brighter one because she thought it looked weird too and had the lamp placed in another room where my mom was going to stay. My mom immediately noticed a weird smell. I did not smell anything when I had it, and realized the lamp is actually emitting UV light. Apparently one of my uncle bought my grandma this lamp during the pandemic to help disinfect things and she forgot what it was for. Thankfully nobody used it before I came. My eyes have recovered and my skin has almost stopped peeling since. I'm just thankful that I didn't accidentally leave the light on all night long. Now take this lesson in and please double check when a light near you has blue, purple colors or smelled off. Also, always wear sunscreen. Don't forget your ears too. TLR got exposed to intense UV radiation from a light that my grandma mistakenly placed in my bedroom thinking it was a normal lamp. Thought it was just because of sunburn and being hangover until mom realized what was off. NFU. Thank goodness you are recovering. I am glad you are no longer being ultra-violated by that light. Once it's all healed up, if you ever see any changes in your skin you need to go to a dermatologist immediately. And share this story with them. Skin cancer is no joking matter, and you will be at risk. Catching it early is the best way to reduce that risk. Fun fact, the weird smell was ozone. UV splits the oxygen, and then the singular oxygen atoms can potentially bond with an oxygen molecule to form an ozone molecule. Not really enough to shield you from the UV, that amount would kill you. Hold on, you are drinking a liter of basically vodka a day? This is not normal, even on holiday. You should get your liver and kidneys checked. If you're a heavy drinker in everyday life too, you should be doing cardiovascular and cancer checks every 6 months. In the meantime, start taking B1 supplements so that you don't get wet brain. FYI, that's a UVC lamp. UVC is what's causing the creation of ozone and killing anything organic it labs on over time. Normal UV LEDs, bulbs, also called black lights, are fine for your eyes and skin. They just excite fluorescent and phosphorescent compounds. Assuming you're not staring into a 1000-watt bulb, of course lol. But do you glow in the dark? Today I fucked up by buying clothes for a homeless child. For as long as I could remember, I had wanted to help people struggling with homelessness. It wasn't just a job to me, it was a calling. I organized annual blanket drives and even dreamed of starting my own nonprofit to support McKinney-Vento children in my kids' school district. So when I landed a job at a small nonprofit helping homeless families find stable housing, I felt like I was exactly where I was meant to be. Our office was small, just 4 of us, so every act of service felt personal. One day, we took in a single mother and her 3 middle school-aged kids. As I checked in with her, making sure they had everything they needed, she hesitated before mentioning something that broke my heart. Her daughter had been wearing the same clothes for 3 days. They had been couch surfing for so long that they hadn't had a chance to do laundry, and their storage unit was too far away to access without money for transportation. I listened without judgment. I told her I'd reach out to the local Buy Nothing groups to see if the community could help. I let my coworker, Know that I'd be out for 30 minutes for my lunch today, maybe a little longer, because I was gathering clothes for the family. If the Buy Nothing group didn't come through, I planned to check Goodwill. I anxiously refreshed my posts, waiting for a response. Nothing. The hours ticked by, and still no one offered to help. I couldn't stand the thought of that little girl waiting any longer. So I went to Goodwill. And then, like a miracle, I found everything she needed. 4 pairs of pants, 4 shirts, new underwear, bras, a warm jacket, and even a pair of shoes. It was rare to find so many good quality items all at once, and I felt a rush of joy picturing the little girl's face when she received them. Back at the office, as I pulled into the parking lot, Y rushed out to meet me. Their first question wasn't about how I was or even what I had found, it was about how much I had spent. Maybe $100 or more, but it was worth it, I said casually. I'd even grabbed a couple of books for my own kids. I thought that was the end of it. Inside, I closed my office door and began removing the price tags, thinking about how my own mother would have wanted to approve any gifts before they were given to me. So I called the mom in and asked if she wanted to look over everything first. She had no idea I had purchased them myself. She thought the community had donated them, as I had intended. When she saw the clothes, she burst into tears. "Thank you," she whispered. "Please tell the community how grateful I am. My daughter will be able to shower and put on fresh, clean clothes from head to toe." She left my office clutching the bags, and I smiled, returning to my work. It felt like a good day. I had helped someone in a way that mattered. 15 minutes later, my phone rang. It was my boss. "I heard you bought clothes for the new family while you were on your lunch," she said, her voice sharp. "Yes," I replied, confused. I didn't get a response from the Buy Nothing group, so I went on my own time. "Why does it matter, and how did you hear about it? Aren't you on vacation?" Apparently, Y had told their mother, our caseworker, Z, who was still on vacation for 2 more weeks, who then called our boss to report me. My boss, still on vacation as well, wasn't happy. "You aren't allowed to buy things for our families," she said. "That's against company policy." "What policy?" I asked, baffled. I didn't know there was a rule against helping our families. "All resources must go through Z," she snapped. "She decides who gets what." "But Z is on vacation for 2 more weeks," I pointed out. "What should I do if this happens again?" She was silent for a moment. "Call me directly," she finally said. "We'll talk about this when I'm back." I hung up, shaken. I hadn't broken any rules, at least, none that I was aware of. To be sure, I reached out to the board member who handled HR matters and asked for guidance. He checked and confirmed, no such policy existed. Relieved, I thought that was the end of it. Then Monday came. I walked into the office, ready for another day of work, only to be handed a termination notice. My position, they claimed, didn't get funded for the year of 2025. "We just got a very large check that would have funded all of our positions that was unrestricted funding, so I knew this was a lie." I knew what this really was. It was retaliation. I had bought clothes for a homeless child, and for that, I was punished. The worst part? It wasn't about the job, I could find another. It was about what this experience did to me. It made me question everything I believed in. It made me afraid to be kind. Too long did not read. Today I fucked up by buying clothes for a homeless child, which resulted in me losing my job. You work for assholes, period. NGOs that care about their clients don't fire staff for their kindness and generosity of spirit. I'm a fundraising manager, so I speak from experience. Post it on your local Facebook. Your previous company get bad publicity and some good person might hire you. If they can't get themselves to write policies for all employees to abide by, then it's on them for not doing their jobs. I'd sue because clearly this wasn't a performance issue or something to cause danger to any of the families. However, the management didn't do their job to develop policies on how employees are to conduct themselves and used office politics, it sounds like. Email your local news station. This is the sort of human interest shit they love to go after. You might not get a job out of it, but you can embarrass the shit out of your old place. You did not foo, they did. They lost someone who genuinely cares. I've worked for 4 charities and I swear I will never do it again. Good luck on finding somewhere new, and don't let those asshats dull your kindness. Sorry to hear that. The old saying, no good deed goes unpunished, certainly fits here.